If your friendship group is all single, it will affect your marriage, and nobody wants to say that out loud.
Don't come for me, but
Louder, please.
Hello and welcome to the Grown and Grounded podcast. I am Tamara Olukoya.
And I am Olaoluwa Olukoya.
Perfect. So we are going to be starting off with a little game. And this game is assumptions about my spouse. Okay? So I'm going to be reading 4 statements. So we're going to take it in turns. So I'm going to do 4, you're going to do 4.
Okay.
I'm going to read a statement.
Yeah.
You can either answer true, and if you want to add a little bit more weight as to why it's true, feel free to do so. If you answer false, you have to justify why it is false. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You must answer this.
Oh my days.
Okay?
I guess we're doing it.
We're doing it, babe.
Yes, all right, let's go.
Okay, so assumption 1. Okay, oh, this is a good one. I assume you have rehearsed an argument with me in your head that you've never had with me out loud.
Oh my. True. Yes, I have.
You took the easy route.
No, the reason is that there's certain arguments that I know that I've had in my head because I know that we've had some. There was a time that I used to think about what I'm going to say as a rebuttal to the things you said, and then I get back to you maybe a day after. Yeah, mind you, I'm not a problematic person, but there's certain times that I need to think about
get your
things.
little ducks in a row, like think about what you're going to say. And to be honest, there's times when I've just wrote down points, you know, and then I've been able to share it with you. Well, I still share it with you.
Yeah,
but
eventually.
Yeah, eventually. Okay, so assumption 2. I assume you've already decided what you're wearing to heaven.
False. Okay,
why?
Okay, because there are many times that it's in the morning of work that I decide what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
It's the morning of work that I decide that, okay, this is what I'm wearing. Or say I already planned something yesterday, but then I change my mind in the morning. Something so big as heaven, don't worry, I have to wait till the last minute before I get what I'm wearing ready.
Yeah, and I guess, well, I think even in this day and age, the assumption is that we're going to be wearing white.
Yes. Oh, just put a chicken white shirt and white jeans. Now I'm already planning it out now.
Okay. Assumption 3. I assume if we went on The Apprentice, you'd think that you were Lord Sugar.
If we went on The Apprentice?
Yes. Me and you.
Okay, so we're contestants.
Well, when you think about The Apprentice, do you think that you're going to be a contestant?
Oh, yeah, thinking about it, yes. I'll definitely be good. I have to be the one that does that. You're fired. A load of rubbish.
So that is true.
That is true.
Okay.
So have I said any false? Yeah, I said 1 false.
1 false. Okay. This one. I assume you've given a full sermon in your head while sitting in the congregation and judging the actual preacher.
False.
Are you being real with me
False.
here?
The reason is that the sermon that I'm doing is at home. Is when I'm at home and then I'm just in my space.
So you don't like listen to a sermon and think, you know what? I could have said this better. I could have delivered that joke better.
True that.
Okay.
I'll say, you know what? Can I give you my final answer? True. Because there's certain jokes that you said you made that point. There's certain jokes that I hear and I'm like, that didn't land. Nah, no, I didn't. I could have said it better.
Okay. The last one. And this, I guess, could be applicable for the both of us, but I assume you think God specifically designed traffic to humble you personally.
Nah, that doesn't really, no, that's false for me. I would think that when, I'm like, I still have time and I'm taking time to, dress up and then I get stuck in traffic and I'm running late. Yeah. Maybe I feel that, but not really in that same context.
Yeah, I feel, well, that's definitely something that is true for me.
I think so too.
As well.
Yeah.
Okay, so those will be the assumptions for you. Now the tables are turned. You're going to get some assumptions about me.
Okay. Number one assumption. I assume that you could host a TED Talk on a topic you learned about 4 days ago. And this is not even just a game. I actually do assume that.
I'm going to say true, but I'm the kind of person that I literally like leap in all the way and then I panic later. So then I'll just be like, okay, I need to lock in for 4 days straight, practicing and practicing and practicing to the point where I can literally say it with my eyes closed. So it's true, but it's not because I'm like, okay, I'm an amazing TED talker. It's just that I'll just say yes straight away and then they'll figure out later.
Well, I think that in this situation, it's trying to ask whether you jump into thinking you know everything about a topic. So do you think that whenever you find out something new, you have all the deets and the details about the topic?
Well, in that case, it will be false.
I think you're still going to jump into it and do it anyways. That's what I think.
Wow.
Well, okay. Second assumption.
Yeah.
I assume you've mentally redecorated our entire home without telling me, and you're just waiting for the right moment.
Oh, that's definitely false. I'm not an interior designer. I just know what like looks nice. The thing is, like, most people say, oh yeah, I know how like a room is meant to look and like I can picture it in my head, and I've just never been that way inclined. I know what looks nice, but I wouldn't be able to say, oh, like in my head I'm thinking, okay, we can do this there, this, that. I can't do that. Yeah. So I'm grateful that God has blessed me with interior designer friends, creative friends that can facilitate that. Yeah. So that's definitely a false for me.
Okay, yeah. And third one, I assume you've had a full emotional breakdown in the shower and told absolutely no one.
That's false. That is false, because what do you think is true?
I've walked into the living room with you just crying. If I did not walk into the living room,
I'm a dead positive person.
I would have never found out.
No.
And this was recently.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Because what I was going to say is that I always tell you.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, even I'm upset, like any emotion, even if I'm saying I'm thinking about buying a Tesco's carrier bag, I'll call you up and I'll ask you.
Okay.
So
the reason I had this objection to it initially was that I thought you were saying you do not have emotional breakdowns. I thought you were saying you do not have. I thought you were disputing the first part. So okay, fair.
So I tell you.
All right. So true. And for the final one.
Yes.
I assume you think you are the more spiritual one in this relationship and you have evidence. Just be honest. No need to sugarcoat it. No need to lie. Spiritual, you know?
Oh.
I really don't know why this is taking long. Because I know that my assumption is correct.
True.
There you go. Truly,
I kind of wish that you got that question and not me.
So I'll have to reinforce your answer.
No, because you could be fighting your case.
All right, you fight your case. Why do you think you're the most spiritual one in this relationship?
I said the rules of the game. I said when it's true, I don't have to justify anything.
Lucky.
Little
All right,
caveat.
so we are done with this part.
Yeah. Let us know how you got on with that.
Yeah, that was very fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we've learned a few more things about each other,
Yeah.
I think this is the perfect segue to go into the topic for today.
Okay.
And today we're going to be talking about something that a lot of couples need to know about each other before it goes any further.
Okay.
Submission. Yes, that one.
So I guess it's like submission, like what that looks like and what that looks like in a marriage situation. And we might have our own opinions, and I'm guessing the people that are viewing this have their own as well. But I think the thing that is going to mean the most is to look at what the Bible says about submission. But before we do that, when we think about submission, like what comes to your mind? Like when you hear that word, when you associate that word, like what does that mean to you?
When I hear the word submission, in this day and age, it's very important to be very careful about the way you put things so that people do not feel that it is a form of ownership.
Yeah.
But when I think about submission, especially when it comes to looking at it from the view of the Bible, it is letting your husband lead. So letting him take decisions about the relationship, not it being his sole responsibility to take decisions about the relationship, but you allowing him have the final say about decisions. So it's something that both of you will discuss and then allowing him to have the final say. That's what I think about when I hear the word submission. And that is also in line with how the Bible describes submission.
Well, we'll see what that is.
Yeah, I guess.
If your word,
I guess we'll see. That's
if it aligns with scripture,
we'll see.
But yeah, that's fair. I think for me personally, submission has always been. How deep do I go with this?
You can go as deep as you want.
Ooh, okay. So submission growing up for me was never really a positive word. You know, I never saw it in a positive light. I just saw it as like weak. I saw it as just like conforming, not really having much of a voice. Like I never saw it as like something that I ever really wanted to do. And when I grew up in a Christian household, I grew up going to church, but there was a period of my life where I was exploring life, like BC, before Christ. Just really living my life, enjoying my life. And not to say that I'm not doing that now, but a different way of enjoying my life. And part of that journey, part of that transition into faith, into like a relationship with Christ, I fully understood what submission meant. It was more letting go and letting God, you know, and I did develop that understanding even further when reading the Bible and, you know, having that relationship with Christ.
Okay. So you're saying that in your view, submission is about relinquishing control.
When you say it like that, it sounds a little bit negative, but it's just, for me personally, it's just allowing, first of all, God to enter into that situation, whatever situation that might be. And also in my households, you know, allowing my husband to lead. Not to say that I don't have a voice in that, but for me, it's a very freeing feeling to just allow myself to submit to your leadership. And still having a voice, still being able to, you know, communicate what I think is right in a situation, but ultimately I know that you've got a good relationship with God, like you're speaking to the Father. We have a conversation about a situation, about a decision. I say my piece. I say that to you. You say your piece. You speak to your Father about that, and then you make the overarching decision. And I honor that because we have a relationship, and you have a relationship with him as well. And not to say that I don't. But in the household dynamic, that's how I've now see things. I guess it's that trust piece, isn't it, as well? Like, and especially with the way that I grew up, like just being hyper vigilant, hyper independent. There's something that's so free in just, when I say submission, it sounds like it's a dormant, like it's a passive thing, but you also have to be active in a relationship to be submissive as well. You know, so, but for me, there's just something that's so freeing about that, because it demonstrates that I trust you. That I know that you're my kingdom spouse, you know, and I know that you are the head of the household. So it's me showing that I trust you with that leadership as well.
Enough of our opinions. Let's find out what the Bible says about it.
Yes. So I'm going to be reading from Ephesians chapter 5, and it's starting from 21. So Ephesians 5, verse 21. So submit to one another out of reverence for Christ. Wives, submit yourself to your own husbands as you do to the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church, his body, of which he is the Saviour. Now, as the church submits to Christ, so also wives should submit to their husbands in everything. Husbands, love your wives just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her, to make her holy, cleansing her by washing with water through the word, and to present her to himself as a radiant church without stain or wrinkle or any blemish, but holy and blameless.
So yes, that's what the Bible says, and that really just echoes what we have been talking about. It's about just honoring your husband just as you honor God, essentially, because that's the structure that God has created for his children. That's the expectation he has from his children. You know, it's not to demean your or the woman's ideas or demean wants and ambitions. And it's just that you've decided to be one. For being one to work, there has to be someone that makes the final decision for it to be a one that works, or else it is just two. And it's just like in a team or in a football team, there are players that are part of the team, but there's always the captain. That because that is how it would work. It's about knowing that it is not hierarchy, it's just someone that makes the decision, the final decision. Both of you plan. She brings her points, he brings his points. They find a referendum and there is one decision.
And I guess with this conversation, this is only a relevant conversation when you're in a healthy marriage. You know, because I know that there's been a lot of people that have used this submission piece to control someone, to abuse someone, to demean someone. This is only a dynamic where the husband loves Christ, he loves his wife, and vice versa. You know? So I feel like that's a distinction that needs to be made.
And what you said is perfect, because there's always going to be people that use the Bible for evil. And this is all through generations. Even the slave masters, they had particular verses in the Bible that they used to control their slaves.
Yeah.
They have so the fact that it's in the Bible doesn't mean that you should lose the foundation that it was built on. That text was built on the foundation that the husband and the wife are lovers of God.
Yeah.
So it is not, if both of them are not lovers of God, then this whole structure is faulty from the foundation. Love for God is what makes that work, is what makes the flow of decision work. Because everyone is depending, or the husband is depending on inspiration and confirmation from God.
Yeah. I will counteract that.
Okay.
What if a person is controlling, but he or she loves God?
What?
Or abusive.
Abusive but loves God. What do you mean? What I want us to unpack that loves God. If you love God, you follow his commandments. And what are the commandments from God? What are the parts of God's commandments? Is love, kindness, peace, being avoidant of conflict. That's why it says, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth." It means that people that are strong but do not use their strength for evil. So it's when you say someone loves God, it is not as someone. It's not like saying someone loves football and decides not to watch football sometimes. It is that there is a full, complete love for God, and that the person derives his direction and his moral compass is founded in his faith, and his moral compass is founded in his love for God. So if your moral compass is founded in your love for God, even if you are someone that might have been someone that is controlling or abusive, you would want to fix that, or you would have asked God to help you fix that. And I'm sure God is not the one to leave us in our lows. Is the one to love us and get us out of the holes that the devil has dug us into. So it's about, when I say loves God, it is not loving God in speech or in words. It's loving God in action, in way of living, in dedication of time to learning about God, about going to church, being in a community of people that also love God, so they can keep him accountable, they can keep him straight. So it's not just about saying I love God. When I say someone that loves God, I mean someone that actually loves God.
Yeah. No, that makes perfect sense. What you're saying as well. I guess another thing that I did want to touch on with this submission piece is, of course, it means when a wife is submissive to her husband and he has a relationship with God, it on the flip side of that, she has a relationship with God. So it's not like she has to go through her husband to have that relationship with Christ. She has an intimate and a personal relationship with Christ. But what I have seen online in terms of when there's been debates around this subject is that with women that are submissive, that there's almost like this representation of what that person looks like. That person looks meek. They look like they don't have an opinion. They look like they're not leaders, potentially outside of the church. Outside of their marriage. But what is your thoughts on women in leadership?
Okay. Women in leadership,
they're also wives.
They're also wives.
Yeah.
In that situation, when you say leadership, do you mean owning their business or at top officials at big companies? What do you mean?
Could be
leadership?
Both.
Okay, so when talking about owning their business,
a
business is different in that situation because your business should be its own entity. Your business is not your marriage. If you have your business, that should be aside from your marriage. Unless your husband.
Unless you're in business with each other.
Yes, if you're in business with each other, then that's a different situation. But if it is your business, and you are the owner, CEO of your business, you can get advice from your husband, but the business is an entity of itself.
Yeah.
So this is not to say, oh, women should not be ambitious. It's also about being equally yoked with your partner. If you are ambitious, it'll be better for yourself to be with an ambitious partner, not someone that drags you down or someone that gives you bad advice and makes you take unnecessary risk or stop you from taking any risk at all. It's about finding this links to our last episode when we're talking about finding partners and what should be your priorities when it comes to red flags or things that are preferences. It's about finding things that would assist you in your life journey, not things that would be of hindrance to you. So when you're saying women in leadership as for business, it is your business. You should be able to make your decisions. You can get input from your advisors, input from your board directors or whatever, members of your board and all that. But it's your business. You can get advice. This is outside of the marriage.
Yeah. And you mentioned about your husband being someone that can be an advisor. Like if you are asking for that advice, it's good to have a husband, essential to have a husband that loves God and he loves you, because there's some people out there that they're in a marriage and their partner genuinely hates them.
Yeah.
You know, to their core. They don't actually want that person to succeed. And that's really concerning.
Yeah.
But if we go back to what you've said, when the husband loves God, reveres his word, fears God, you know, and actually honors the marriage, and that's something that the household does not have to worry about, because ultimately the household, if you have children, they're going to see, you know, how the husband looks after the wife, and then that's, of course, inspiring the next generation.
Yeah.
But one thing, and I'm going to take this topic and kind of like move it sideways. This is kind of connected because we know in the Christian world, submission is something that, you know, we speak about, we know it's in the word, so we honor what's in the word. But when we take that subject, that concept outside of the Christian realm, there are some topics of conversation with that.
Okay, let's have it.
So I wanted to talk about toxic femininity. Because we know about toxic masculinity, and that still is a thing. I'm not taken away from that. Like, that still is out there, unfortunately. But there's a rise of toxic femininity. And we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, let's have it. Because now I'm thinking, because it has many parts to it, so I'm thinking, which parts are you going to talk about? Really intrigued.
Yes, because I think submission is something that's viewed very, very negatively. And it's almost just like what I've seen on social media is that there's like a rise, sometimes an uproar for women dominating in what they call masculine fields. And that's something that I have seen, because there is, and I'm speaking very generally, and what is on my algorithm, so it might be different on different algorithms, but with women, you know, with them doing stuff that men typically are known for doing, such as, I don't know, like cheating, that's become acceptable.
Yeah.
So something like the word in submission, in that dynamic with people that have these kind of views, would be a very, very negative one that they would see with submission. But if we're talking about negatives, and women cheating and it's being praised, that's what I've been seeing a lot recently, you know, and it's being justified because men are typically known for cheating, even though nowadays it's known that women actually cheat more than men.
Yeah, statistically.
Yeah. Statistically, yes. And it's that justification that they can cheat because men have cheated on them before.
Yeah.
Or they can say stuff because men have said worse things. Or if there's a video from a man and a woman agrees with the video, they're like, oh, I hate that this is allowing me to side with a man.
Or they would say she's a pick-me.
Yes. And speaking about that, so there was something that I saw online. This was a couple of months ago now.
Yeah.
And there was a famous or well-known Love Island star.
Oh, okay.
We're going there.
I've never heard about this before. This is my first time hearing this. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's have it.
Famous Love Island star who was in a long-term committed relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And she was caught cheating. Okay, cheating on him.
Are we name dropping? No. Are we name dropping?
Let me know in the comments who you think it is.
So what are the key facts? There's Love Island.
Love Island.
Long-term relationship. Caught cheating.
Caught cheating. It's, I think, Nigerian.
You
And she is...
Where is he from?
What do we call it? Something mate? Peer mate?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
She's Jamaican.
Oh, she's Jamaican. Okay.
Yeah.
There's one more thing. They're both black anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on the side.
That's on the side.
That's neither here
But
nor there.
so she was caught cheating,
Mm-hmm.
and there was so much discourse that I was seeing online. Like I don't really follow them like that. Like I don't know what's happened since. I support black people. You know, I love when black people do what black people do.
Yeah.
So when I knew that there was in a relationship, I was like, okay, cool. Just kind of left them to it. But then I saw this, and the common knowledge at the time was that she had cheated on him. Yeah. And the discourse was, oh, he's done something to deserve that. Oh, so, you know, or he said this about her. Yeah. Or, you know, she's probably unhappy. Yeah. Or she's probably going through something. Mm. And it was all just kind of like very like negative towards him, even though he was the one that was hurting. Yeah. Or something like, when men do it, they go scot-free or something like that. Yeah. And I said in one of these comments sections, I shouldn't have been in there. I really shouldn't have been in there. Saying, I can't even remember exactly what I said, but it was like saying, but this behaviour is wrong. And we're sat here justifying that behaviour, even though we know it's wrong. And if it was, the shoe was on the other foot, he will be getting slated in the comments. Yeah. He'll be getting dragged. And I got assassinated. Yeah. I got called a pick-me. They even started demeaning my appearance. Really? Yeah. They were even saying stuff about how I looked because I didn't agree with what that narrative was like. And they're saying, oh, but like other people like Chris Brown. I don't like Chris Brown. Yeah, she doesn't like Chris Brown. You know, saying that he's cheated so many times, but we still love him, you know, and they were saying, oh, but like men do this all the time. Like it's fine. But we know full well that if it was the other way around, he will be getting slated. Yeah. And he later did a podcast about how that situation affected him and the amount of abuse that he was getting in the comments. Abuse? He was the one that was cheated on. Yeah. And like relating it to some things that he might have said like in jest when they were in a relationship together. So it's almost just like these negative behaviours are justified sometimes in women. And even if there's other women that are speaking out about it, it's you're pick me or you're just like supporting men and it's unattractive. You know, so there's like two very different narratives around submission, but also letting a woman be whatever they want that to be. That's something that's being praised in this day and age as well. So what are your thoughts on that? Well, I first of all, I want to apologize. You said your piece. What you said was actually sensible.
you should have not been attacked.
Yeah.
And about the topic with toxic femininity, I feel it's one of those things that you can understand why some women will feel that way.
Yeah.
There are some women that have been at the receiving end of things like that, of being abused, of being cheated on, of being hurt. And there's this saying that I tell you sometimes, hurt people. And it's just a reaction.
Yeah.
But if your reaction is not good, it should not be praised.
Yeah.
If something bad happened, everyone has agreed that this is a bad thing.
Yeah.
When the opposite of that happens, it should not be praised as being good. It is also bad.
It's also bad, yeah.
Because you justifying it just because it's coming from the other way is demeaning the effect of the problem itself. You being okay with women cheating on men, it's making it okay for men to cheat on women. That might not be what you want. You might just be trying to make the field equal.
Yeah.
But if everyone is okay with both parts, we are not better off as a community.
No.
We're way worse off. There'll be higher risk of diseases, higher risk of unwanted pregnancies, higher risk of unhappiness. It will just be a bad thing.
Yeah. 100%.
There are certain laws, like for example, having sex with an underage person. If a guy has sex with an underage person, when a woman has sex with an underage boy, it should not be praised because it is a bad thing. We're not trying to justify it. It's a horrible thing.
Yeah.
Even if it is happening, we should be totally against it, whatever angle is coming from, male to female, female to male. So you justifying things like that is a bad precedent. It will allow things like that to continue or keep slipping under.
Yeah, it's true. And I do feel that it's another kind of like distortion of what God's design for relationship, for partnership is actually meant to be. And the more we lean into this narrative, the more there's going to be unhappy relationships or unbalanced dynamics, which goes against God's design.
Yeah.
And goes against what has been said here.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a sticky subject, but toxic femininity as well as toxic masculinity both does not have a place here.
No.
But I understand why, if you have been hurt, it's very easy to just, and I've been there. Like, it's not like this is me saying, oh, I'm an amazing person, and there's been times.
But you are, baby.
But you have to make a choice here. You have to make a choice. Like, are you going to be that person that you've been hurt, so you're going to infuse that into the world, or are you going to be that person that stops the narrative and says, I've been hurt, I need to address this.
Yeah, I know how it feels.
I know how it feels. I need to really put the work in of like moving on from that situation, even though you're not the one that caused it.
Yeah.
But you still, you've received the brunt of their actions. Address it. Get some help, get some support, whatever that would look like, therapy, the Bible, friends, whatever. And then you move forward. And then that allows you to not hold on to, the hurt from previous relationships, previous dynamics, and allows you to walk freely into that next chapter, because we know that our bodies keep the score.
Yeah.
If we're holding into that hate, that, resentment, that's something that could potentially affect you walking into the best situation, best relationship of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we spoke about something like this in the last episode also. It's about you deciding that you would be the end to such ideas. You be the end, standing your ground.
Yeah.
That no matter what is happening on that side, we are not enabling it on this side, basically.
Okay, so we're going to be finishing out the podcast by looking at some hot takes.
Okay, let's have it.
Okay, So I'm going to read some and then you are going to read some as well. Okay, so I would love to hear your thoughts. If you agree, let me know. Push back, you need to add something to it and why you're pushing back.
Okay. Someone's going to get me in trouble today.
Okay. So if you've been dating someone for more than 3 years and there's no ring, they've already made their decision.
Ooh. I'm a strong believer of that. Because what are you waiting for? Unless you're not old enough. Let's say you're 18 and she's 18, or you're 19 and she's 18. You do not want to get married that quickly. But ideally, you shouldn't even be in serious relationships at that age. You need to learn a few things about yourself first.
Well, there were some very successful couples that have
they have been. But if you're willing to learn about yourself while you're in a relationship and you're sure that it's going to be healthy, then fine. I can't tell you what to do with your life. But I feel that at some certain age, you have to still explore, do different things, find out what you want to do, where you want to stay, before you get into long relationships. That's all I'm thinking. But in those cases, and you're taking your time to learn, it's going to take a longer time.
It is. But yeah, I mean, there are some, like I know one of my very close friends, like she's been in her relationship since she was like 13 years old.
Wow.
And she's my age.
Oh, and is she married?
Married.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've just been like, what?
That's what?
Yeah, no, she got married just after we finished university, 21.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they're still together?
Still together, still going strong.
But I think I need to check the statistics.
I mean,
married time statistics.
Yeah.
They're still together.
Yeah, and I guess it goes back to what you're saying. Like, if you both are people that are willing to grow and evolve, like, with each other, because the person that you marry at 21 is not going to be the same person at 34.
Yeah.
So if you're both committed to that growth and evolution, then it will work. But if you are both stagnant, you don't like that person that they're becoming, you don't have the grace for that, then it might not work. Okay. The church has romanticized singleness so much that it's actually stopped people from pursuing marriage intentionally.
The church, I strongly agree. I strongly disagree. Sorry, I strongly disagree. What? The church is one of the places that people go to marry, to find their best. Literally, some people in Nigeria, there are things like singles nights. They're like,
really?
Like prayer meetings for single people. And the people that will be saying, this year I'll find my husband, this year I'll find my wife. Like, there's an event in Nigeria that people would go to for the sole purpose of praying that they find someone to marry.
And I completely agree with you. I think even with me, like, I grew up around just seeing people in a relationship. I almost went to the point of like idolizing a relationship. When I moved up to Manchester, I was in a church and there were so many single people. And I, at the time, don't come for me, I was just like, that is so pathetic. Like, I was just like, no one wants them. Like, what? And then God used that, like, those thoughts to humble me. He really humbled me, okay? No one wanted to take me out for coffee. Okay. He used a long season to make me realize that it's not pathetic. Okay. So the next one, praying together as a couple does not automatically make a relationship healthy. Toxic people pray too.
I don't think so. I disagree.
Really?
Yes,
Why?
Yes, toxic people pray too, but that doesn't mean that they're none less toxic after praying together for a long period of time. They could still be toxic first, but God works. God works. Maybe it's just chipping at their, when a stone sculpture is working, it's just chipping. It's chipping at the stone little by little.
Yeah.
So maybe God is just taking his time.
Working in there.
Yeah, and the more you pray, the more you spend time with God, of course there's going to be some impact at least. Come on.
And I guess, like, if you didn't agree, if you believe that it's unhealthy, you're kind of like taken away from the power of the Holy Spirit to intervene in that situation.
You don't have to willingly want to change.
Yeah.
God can just take it upon himself to intervene in that relationship. So it's never a bad thing to pray together with your partner. It's never a bad thing. No matter what you're going through, no matter whether you're fighting or you're arguing or you're having a bad time, it is always a good thing to spend time with God.
Always. Okay, I'm really interested to hear about this one. So most Christian men are not actually ready to lead a household, and the church keeps letting them off the hook.
Most Christian men are not ready to
lead a household, and the church keeps letting them off the hook.
Or when we're talking about most Christian men, we're saying they're not ambitious enough, or
they're just not ready to lead a household. They're not spiritually mature, mentally mature.
I don't know about most. I can say some. So that's my only pushback. I can say some, but I can't say most, because there are many relationships that we see at church that seem very healthy, and the husband is doing his best and the wife is doing her best and everything is going swimmingly. We don't know the details. I cannot say because I don't know the details of every relationship in the church, every marriage in the church.
Yeah. I mean, I have... Yeah. I mean, I think that there are a lot of men, however, that chivalry
is missing.
Is dying. It is dying. Okay? The dynamic in this new age, this new world is different. The amount of, and this goes beyond Christian men, the amount of men, and this really grinds my gears. Okay? Yes, I'm traditional. Don't come for me. But the amount of... Sorry. Okay. So I'm in London. Yeah. I'm seeing a friend of mine.
Yulia.
Yeah. Shout out to Yulia. And we're about to jump on the tube. Okay. And the door's open. We're about to step in, and there's a guy that shoves us out of the way. Shoves a pregnant lady out of the way who was visibly pregnant.
Oh my.
To get a seat.
Did he? Okay, first of all, let's investigate this. How old do you think he was?
He was late 20s, early 30s.
So he's not even like a
immature
18-year-old man?
No.
Or a 20-year-old person? No.
No, this was...
Are you sure?
And he was taller than me.
Oh my.
And then there's this older lady that came, and this guy decided to see, there's so many adverts that I can look at. And there was a lot of these men that were sat on those seats. That really grinds my gears. I'm sorry. I know in this day and age I should not believe in chivalry, okay? But a man should be, in my opinion, a man. Okay? So I feel like there's a lot of men that they're not necessarily positioning themselves in a way, because of the way that society's going, where they are given opportunities to lead, or if they actually want to lead into leading. Okay?
Yeah.
And society's making it easier to do that nowadays.
Yeah. With all this toxic femininity vibes.
Yeah.
So it's like, why should I when...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't come for me, guys. Okay. Okay. So
I mean, you can drop your comments. Tell us how you feel.
Yeah.
But we can all be respectful about it.
Yeah.
We're still learning. Everyone is learning.
Everyone is learning. Okay. So let me let me give you your time to do yours.
Okay, hot take. If your parents don't approve of who you're marrying and you have no real reason to overrule them, that's a red flag you're ignoring. I'll read again.
Yeah, read that again.
If your parents don't approve of who you're marrying,
yeah,
and you have no real reason to overrule them,
yeah,
that is a red flag you're ignoring.
So they are accepting that the person's not good for me.
You are accepting that your parents
are right
not to approve.
I mean, luckily, I don't have to ever worry about that situation. My parents love you more than they love me. So I'm trying to put myself in that dynamic where...
That's not true, by the way.
They love you though, seriously, love you. So that is a bit of a concern. I guess even if I'm trying to put myself in, so say if it was me with a person whose parents don't approve and that person's not saying something to their parents, that is a red flag because it shows that that person will never want to fight for the relationship. Well, that he's not trying to fight for the relationship. He doesn't have the ownership and the authority to speak about the relationship. I was listening to another podcast and they were reading a dilemma about a couple that were together and the family didn't approve of it. And then his family took him to another country.
Really?
Got him to marry another girl.
What?
Then they came back to the UK. And then he was with this other girl and just honouring that relationship, knowing that he loved the other person more. And then years later, he came to regret it and he's trying to connect with the person that he was with before. And it's just but no, you should have spoken into that situation and say, I love this person, I'm marrying this person. Because it will always mean that the parents will have the last say in every situation, every dynamic. And I would not want that for my partner.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't. When they're meant to be the leader of the household, nah.
Yeah, I get your point of view, but there is a nuanced situation.
Yeah, it's nuance, yeah.
Because there are many cultures and traditions and places that people are from that have a different way of viewing marriages. There's some places that is arranged marriages in any way. So whoever you say you're in love with does not matter because who you are marrying is who we arrange for you, Or there are places that is tribalistic view of people, or the xenophobic, or the racist views on people, and it's it is difficult unless you want to be isolated with your partner and all. But if that partner is worth it, you should be able to stand on your ground and say, this is the reason why I love this person, this is the reason I want this person, this is why, and this is why,
Yeah.
Because I know some people that did that and their families still came around eventually. I know people that did that and their families are not speaking to them, but they're happy in their relationships.
Yeah. Yeah, true. And I guess the flip side of that is that your parents might see something that you don't.
Yeah.
Because love can sometimes allow you to see things in tinted glasses. Sometimes.
Yeah, and also make you ignore certain things.
Yeah.
So, the second thing, emotional intimacy before marriage can be just as damaging as physical intimacy, and the church never talks about it.
Emotional intimacy can be just as damaging as physical intimacy before marriage. I don't think that's... You should want that.
Yeah. So what do you want? You want to be...
You should want that. That's what you should be having.
Yeah, emotionally intimate. What is the relationship then? Just eating food and what? Just eating food and
eating
what?
fufu and
Fufu and egusi and what? That's all. Emotional intimacy is how you find out about the partner.
Yeah.
It's how you get the interest in the first place.
I'll be concerned if you didn't have emotional intimacy.
That's a fail. I don't believe that. Next one, some people use God hasn't released me yet.
Oh.
To string people along, and it's manipulative.
I guess it can be. I think the thing that I think that is that it's wicked.
Yeah, just let them loose.
Yeah,
if
like
you're not interested, just let them go. What are you gaining from them, really?
Is it just because that person wants like comfort? They want to feel loved, like knowing that they're not really fully in it.
Yeah, they want to. That means they feel the relationship is already one way because they just want to be the one at the receiving end of the love and attention and the emotional intimacy and everything, but they do not want to give anything back.
Yeah.
Or they're unwilling to give anything back. So that's manipulative. That is a good hot take.
Yeah.
And for the last one, a woman who earns more than her husband is not a threat to his leadership. And if he thinks she is, that is the real problem.
Read that again.
A woman who earns more than her husband is not a threat to the relationship or to his leadership. And if he thinks she is, that is the real problem. So she earns more than him. Yeah. And if he thinks that is a problem for his leadership, that is a real problem. What do you think? How do you feel about earning more than your husband?
I don't think that should matter. I guess it just depends on what that dynamic looks like in a relationship. If it is disrupting what we've just said about them being the head of the household because of the financial situation, then that is a bit of a concern. But it shouldn't take away from the husband's leadership. Like it really does depend on how the wife or the husband reacts to that, like, and how they manage that within the relationship. Yeah. Because if they're in a marriage and they're just bringing all of the household income into one, then it doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah. So I
don't think it should matter, depending on the structure of the marriage. If you see each other as one, and this part is a bit subjective because the many women that think that their money is theirs and their husband's money is their money, and to some extent it is true, because if he wants to be the provider, the protector and all that, he has to be spending most of his money on his woman. What do you think?
I get where you're coming from. I guess, like, even if a wife earns more than the husband, he can still be the main provider, because, say, for instance, in a situation where a woman does earn more, but she's not good with her finances, and he provides her with structure of how to save more, utilize her money more, their money more, manage risks, then he is providing.
It's just it's nuanced, especially depending on how much you were willing to go into it now. But I'm sure that is something that we'll talk about in following episodes about structure, money-wise, spending, bills, this, that, how the finances in the house should be seen. Yeah. The real way it should be seen, or the way that we have been taught for it to be seen. Okay, so
that was a very interesting one today.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I want to do this last one. I like this one.
Okay.
If your friendship group is all single, it will affect your marriage, and nobody wants to say that out loud. If all your friends, except for you, are single, not in a relationship. I'm not even talking single as per not married. Single as per they do not have a man. It would affect your marriage, and nobody wants to say that out loud. Do you agree or disagree?
Oh. Don't come for me, but
Louder, please.
I do agree.
I mean, all.
Hmm?
If it's all of your friends.
Yeah, I do.
I mean,
agree.
the reason I would disagree is that you would be the one destroying your marriage if you're taking your marriage problems to your single friends.
Yeah, and I guess it depends on the kind of like single people they are. Like, so if they're people that like, yeah, like come out, we're going out on the town, like, but if they're kind of in that period of preparation for their husband,
and if they're yearning to have a husband, it's not like I'm done with men, I don't know what men.
Yeah.
So if they're not everyone is going to be in a relationship, or not everyone is going to be in a marriage at a particular time. There's always people that God is preparing someone for them, and they're willing to receive that person. So it's like, I do not fully agree, because it can be nuanced. It's not like
it can be nuanced.
If your friends are single, doesn't mean that they've never been in a relationship or never want to be in a relationship. The fact that they're single doesn't mean that they were not in a marriage. Many people that are married, they are friends with people that are divorced, but they are introspective and they know the things that they did wrong. They know the things that they wish they did better, and they can give you good advice in your own marriage. And it's also important as couples to find friendships with people that are couples also. Yeah,
absolutely. And I think it's also the acceptance that the dynamic is going to be different.
Yeah.
And if you are fully accepting of that, then there's no issue there. But if you feel like you're entering into it 1 foot in, 1 foot out, they're going on holiday, you can't go on holiday because there's something in the household that needs replacing or fixing. You need to find peace with that. The dynamic is different, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow, that was definitely a really good episode today.
Yeah,
so don't forget to like, subscribe, share your comments on any of the thoughts that we shared in this video. But for now, it's over and out.